Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be talking about ticker symbol SENS, Senseonics Holdings Incorporation. The company has declared their Q4 earning and revenue. So I'll go through that earning and revenue. If you have already looked into the earning, still watch this video because I'm going to analyze their earning and what it means actually for us investors and shareholders. So watch the full video. The second thing we'll talk about is pros and cons of investing in Senseonics, whether it's a good price to buy, hold, or sell in my personal opinion. I'll talk about that, the price point. I'll talk about the third thing is price point, review the volume and where the stock price can go from here and some of the good stuff. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do a lot of research and analysis, and I like to share it with you as well so you can make informed financial decision in your investment journey as well. In Q1 2021, especially starting from January, we have been investing in a lot of penny stock, and it has turned out to be a pretty good investment. Now, do your own due diligence and research before you buy or sell any of the stock that we talk on this channel, because I'm not a financial advisor, but this analysis and this research may help you making smart investment decision, and that's my hope. Consider subscribing to this channel because I have been sharing a lot of information, a lot of catalysts about some of the penny stocks, also the mid cap and large cap stocks as well. So your subscription also helps this channel in its growth, and so consider subscribing to the channel. Consider clicking like button on this video. That is super helpful, and I'll really appreciate it because it helps me making sure that this video can reach to more and more people. So without further delay, let's talk about Senseonics. The stock is trading at $2.07. For 1 month, the stock is down 31%. For 5 days, the stock is down 42%. For 1 day, the stock is down 22.76%. And this is one of the concerns for the investors and for the stockholders. And I'll go through their Q4 earning and what the company has shared in terms of their financials. So watch this further. In a moment, I'll talk about their revenue, their net loss, and whatever company has declared. But let's talk about the market cap. The market cap is $871 million. Now, looking at this market cap, pretty small market cap, their 52-week range for the stock price is 35 cents. It went as high as $5.56. So think about it. The stock was $4 on February 22nd, I believe, and it is cut in half. So concerns are pretty legit. So let's talk about the revenue first. So here is the crux of the whole revenue. Senseonics Holdings reports Q4 loss, but it tops the revenue estimates. Now, I want to dig deeper into this, and which is pretty important. And let's talk more about what they have declared. So here is their earning. So they generated the Q4 2020 revenue of $3.9 million, primarily driven by orders to support the European installed base up to the Essentia diabetes care commercial transition. Now, what is this Essentia stuff that is going on? So Essentia, they have a strategic partnership with Essentia that they declared late last year. And what they're doing is, Essentia is one of the diabetes care company, and it's a distributor, and it's a big company, and they have approximately a revenue of more than $1 billion in global sales. They have established offices across the globe, 31 countries, 1,700 employees, and they have sold product within 125 countries, and 10 million people worldwide use their products every day. So this is a pretty good strategy in terms of the partnership with Essentia. Now, what this means in terms of this revenue is the revenue is pretty small in my personal opinion. In addition to that, they have raised $175 million in equity offering from the first quarter in 2021, which strengthens their balance sheet. But now let's take a look at how much cash they're burning. They're burning pretty heavy cash, $23 million in net negative cash income in Q3. Their income in Q2 was net negative $7.52 million. In Q1, their income was negative $42.59 million. In Q4, their income was negative $35.61 million. So they are burning through cash pretty quickly. The revenue in Q4 was $8.95 million. Compared to that, let's talk about this a little bit more. Now, Essentia is helping them out, as I just mentioned, but one of the things that you want to note is their total revenue for quarter was $3.9 million compared to $9 million for the quarter in 2019, Q4 2019. Let's take a look right here. The revenue was $9 million right here, the net income was negative $35 million. This is a pretty important number. Net income was negative $35.61 million. Let's take a look further a little bit. I want to take you to this step by step. So the fourth quarter 2020 gross profit was increased by 10.8 million year over year to 2.6 million. So the positive gross margin helped the company to resupply the orders. So basically company generated revenue, use that for their inventory and supply more products that they're selling. But one of the things that you also want to notice is they have decreased their marketing expenses from $8 million to $3 million. In my opinion, it's still a pretty high expense. Still, because now if they're using Essentia, practically they should decrease their marketing expense because it's a distributor they already have hired to do their stuff for. Now, total revenue was 4.9 million for 2020. For the entire 2020, total revenue for 2020 was 4.9 million compared to the total revenue of 21.3 million in 2019. So it's a pretty big decline. It's a pretty big decline. They made only 25% revenue in 2020 compared to 2019. The revenue and the gross profit was 2.1 million year over year, which is also a bit concerning to me personally. But one of the very important thing that I want you to look at is their total loss for their net total loss for Q4. The net total loss was 101.6 million or 0.41, so 41 cents per share in fourth quarter 2020 compared to 35 million loss that they made. Net negative cash income. So let's take a look right here. Net negative cash income 35 million. This year for the same period, the net loss is net income is negative $101.6 million. Now let's take a look at the company's market cap. Their market cap is $871 million. Now, if a company loses $101 million in just one quarter for a net market cap of $871 million, it's more than, I want to say, 13% of their overall market cap that they just lost money in Q4. So watch out for that. So this is more my analysis, my thoughts, my research in general, and which is why we saw the stock declining a lot as well. It went below $2 level, I want to say, at one point, but we'll look into it. Actually, it's right now almost $2. So let's take a look further into this. Now, this stock, their volume is okay. Their average volume is 49 million. They're trading at around 43 million in volume, and the stock price, as I mentioned, did go around $2 level. Actually did not really go down less than $2, but today it was $2 level, as you can see right here. Let me just refresh just to, yeah, so it's $2 level. Now looking at this chart, the stock went as high as $5.27 or in this trading session. So it went all-time high, almost all-time high. It was trading with a very high volume in the past. Their RSI looks pretty good as well, so it's not a concern. But looking at this 1 month chart, it looks that it is going into a negative territory. If you see the red bar right here, that suggests that the stock is going into the negative direction, fundamentally on the negative side. I don't want to really do MACD and all that analysis because it doesn't really matter. But if you take a look at for 3 months, the chart, this chart, there is another support at $1.58 level. And I don't want to do MACD analysis just yet because it is driven by revenue and their financials and their profitability at this point. But one of the things that on the pro side I want to note that is this thing, that the company's projection in general, what they're trying to do in 2020. So they already have, I've explained in my previous video that they have already approval for the FDA for the SENS system for 90 days. What they're trying to do in 2021 is the approval for the same CGM glucose monitoring, continuous glucose monitoring system for 180 days. So basically it's a system that it's a sensor that you can implant under your skin as a patient, if anyone is a patient of diabetes, they put it under the skin, and they have a sensor that sends them continuous signal, so you don't really have to use the blood drop and pinch the needle every single time that you want to measure your sugar level within the human body. They have great system. In general, I do believe that they're pretty innovative company. They can change the game, but if they spend $101 million in negative net income, I think for $800 million company, it might be a bit concerning to see, because the revenue is pretty small. So they can't really, I don't think it's sustainable. Their cash on hand in Q3 was $26 million. After that, they raised the cash, as I just mentioned, $175 million right here. So the company has enough cash to burn through. But think about it, they have burned already $101 million out of this, more or less. So they had, let's say if we pretend they had almost close to $200 million cash, and they burnt $101 million, they're sitting on roughly $90 or $100 million cash at the moment in Q1, plus the expenses in Q1 is going to get deducted from that. So watch that. I mentioned one of the catalysts is getting the FDA approval. It is going on. They're also applying for 365-day sensor. They have this partnership with Essentia, which is a global company, but they have a pretty good market presence in Europe, European region. That is going to help Senseonics as well. So these are some of the pros and cons. Decide for yourself if you want to buy, hold, or sell SENS. I'm not a financial advisor, just wanted to share my findings, just wanted to share my thoughts and opinion. Subscribe to my channel, click on the like button, and share this information with your friends and family. Thanks all for watching.